Let's face it, a teacher's life can be pretty hard at times. I don't think there's any job that has 30 people in front of them with individual abilities, plus another sort of 30 people that are also connected to those 30 people, plus the other 30 colleagues that we work with, then an admin, and then a department above that. There's a lot of push-down pressure for us as teachers. And besides that, we also have our personal life and all the things that are happening in that world as well. And don't get me started about turning on the news. Oh my gosh, the world, it could be a nightmare. Now, of course, you can choose whether the world is a nightmare or it's actually a place of sunshine. Your world is a place of sunshine. And all these troubles and all these people that we're dealing with and all these issues that we're dealing with, I'd like to put that into an analogy to help you lighten the load of what's going through your head. Everybody wears some sort of backpack. It's where we carry all our thoughts and our issues and our concerns. Now, Stephen Covey came up with a fantastic model called areas of concern and areas of influence. And basically what he was saying, that for every issue, for every concern, for every thought, we can take that thought and place it in two categories. It can either be a concern, in which case we can't control it, or it can be an influence where we can control it. Can't and can. Two choices. So let me take that a bit further. In my backpack, I have a whole lot of different thoughts. In fact, these thoughts and issues and ideas came from a seminar I've just recently run. And what I did was ask the teachers to put down the thoughts, issues and concerns that they had just been working on as part of the workshop. And you notice that I took them out of my backpack. And there's a reason for that I'll get to in a minute. Because if I'm going to lighten the load, I've got to move some of these thoughts and park them somewhere else. So as I read through some of these thoughts, issues, concerns, I'd like you to say to yourself, would that be an issue that I could control, or is it out of my control? Or is it an issue that I could control, that I'd have influence on? Because it's the issues and concerns and thoughts that I can control that I'd put back in my backpack. So let's have a look. Work-life balance. I'd say that's a can. I can influence that. Deadlines. I can influence that as well. I just have to get more organised. Getting sacked. Well, that's a sort of half and half. But the point of the exercise is, I want to continue to be the best teacher I can be, so that is something that I can control. Expectations of others. Now that's an interesting one. So can I control that? No, I can't control other people's expectations. I can control the expectations of myself. What's my standard? Where do I place myself as the best teacher I can be? Student issues. I can listen to them for sure. I can't solve them necessarily. Sometimes those issues come from home and their home life and their home background. I really don't have a lot to do with that. I can certainly investigate, I can have a chat, but that one, I don't think I'm going to put that fully into my backpack. Behaviour issues. Definitely can work on that one. I've got plenty of strategies for behaviour issues. What's going on in the world? Bad things. Well, I really don't have any bearing on what happens in the rest of the world. So that one is not going to go back in my backpack as something that I'm going to work with. Other people's ungratefulness. Well, I could suggest to other people what that looks like if I feel like it. Otherwise, I think I'll leave that alone and just understand that everybody has different ways of viewing the world. Rudeness, similar to our ungratefulness. We're all different. World issues, said that one before. I really can't control world issues. Certainly got compassion for it, but certainly can't control what happens and really can't put any more energy into it. Relationships, most definitely. The 5 Languages of Love by John Chapman. What a great book, all about relationships. I've read that. Sounds fantastic. Works for a treat. So we can deal with that one. Young adult children pressures. As a teacher, definitely in front of the classroom, I can help the students guide their way through their particular issues they may have. Retirement and finances. Well, it's up to me. No one else is going to do the job. Others' mental health. Now, I can certainly be a supportive colleague to my friends around me. However, I could only advise, help, support, but I can't solve other people's mental health issues. It's up to each individual to seek help. Are you okay? Beyond Blue. They're professionals in that area. And what about self-doubt? Now, self-doubt's a really good one because I would need to get support. How good am I as a teacher? How many years' experience have I had? And what's my measurement? Why would I think that the students aren't learning? Why would I think that I'm not the best teacher? What is it that's telling me this? They're the sort of questions I need to ask myself. So from those particular areas, I've divided my concerns and issues into two piles. These were the areas that I can't resolve and won't put any more energy into, and this is the packet of issues and concerns I can work with. So these are out and these are in, and I'm happy to carry them around and solve them and make me a better person as I go through life. It feels lighter already, and I've certainly got the energy to be able to carry this particular backpack. Because when we're carrying our backpack, 2 things are going to happen. The more issues, concerns and thoughts that I place in here, that's going to continue to make me worried. It's going to get heavier and heavier and heavier. So I'm either going to need stronger legs and get fitter to try and carry a heavy backpack, or maybe even get a bigger backpack, but that's still got to be a concern because I've still then got to have bigger legs and a stronger body to be able to carry all this, and definitely a stronger mind. Or I can do what I've just done and lighten the load. Separate those thoughts and issues. Because I want to put my energy into where I achieve the best for my students and the people around me. And when I've lightened the load, I've now got more energy to put in my concerns and thoughts, but also more energy to be a more positive person. Remember, every time there's a negative thought, that sucks out energy. And we don't want that at all. So think about every thought that comes into your head. Is it something that you have control on, that you can influence, that you can do something with? Or is it something that is a concern that you have no control on? In which case, you can't. Until next time, my name's Luke George from By George.